Значаен настан во Битола, организиран од Гаус Институтот, Фондација за нови технологии, иновации и трансфер на знаење, во соработка со регионалната стопанска комора од Битола, а тоа е бизнес ту бизнес настан во кој пред битолската и македонската бизнес јавност ќе се представат 20 компании заинтересирани за соработка со македонски фирми, и тоа од земјите Бугарија, Кипар, Грција и Албанија. На настанот се поканати и голем број македонски фирми, кои што треба да ги слушнат презентациите од нашите гости и потоа да остварат директни средби со надеж за успешна деловна соработка. Настанот е финансиран од Европската Унија во рамките на Интеррек Балкан-Медитеран програмата и ќе се одвива денес во една пленарна сесија и утре индивидуални средби во самите фирми.
Много се радвам, че сме на гости в Битола. Надявам се, че тази среща ще е ползотворна за нашите фирми, както и фирмите от Балканския регион.
Много се радуваме што сме денес во Битола. Ова средба ќе биде доста полезна за нашите фирми, како и за сите фирми од Балканскиот регион.
Сигурен сме, че този проект ще покаже, че Балканите могат да работят заедно и че фирмите от региона имат как да се кооперират и какво да свършат заедно.
Сигурни сме дека овој проект ќе покаже дека можат компаниите од Балканскиот регион да работат заедно и ќе ни послужи самата средба за напредувањето.
To everybody, I am glad to be here. I'm Nicholas Iordanou from the Limassol Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Cyprus.
Добро утро на сите. Драго ми е што сум тука. Јас сум Никола Јордану од регионалната комора на Limassol, Кипар.
It's the first time we are being here as organization, and it's very important for us that we are participating with Gauss Institute and cooperate in such a very important project.
За прв пат сме тука и заедно со Гаус Институт работиме на еден многу значаен проект кој и за Гаус и за Limassol комората.
We wish that this collaboration will be more fruitful, not only at this event, and the other events are coming soon, one in Bulgaria and one in Limassol. And I would like really to thank Gauss Institute, my very good friend Susanna Dragowska, and the professor Igor for all the support and the warm hospitality to be here. Thank you very, very much.
Навистина ни е многу драго што сме тука. Би сакале да ја продлабочиме соработката, не само Гаус Институт, туку и компаниите, и очекуваме на ова и наредните средби кои што следат во Софија, Бугарија и Limassol, Кипар, да направиме интересни соработки меѓу нас и компаниите кои што се со нас.
Витаминка е високо интернационализирана фирма и се обидува да ги држи врските со своите партнери во регионот и из целиот свет. Во тој аспект сметам дека било која иницијатива за поврзување на луѓе, компании, идеи во регионот е добро дојдена. Ние тоа силно го поддржуваме и заедно учествуваме во оваа активност и во иднина тоа ќе се случи.
My name is Yannis Bakouros. I'm professor at the University of Western Macedonia in Kozani, Greece.
Јас сум Јанис Бакурос, професор на Универзитетот од Западна Македонија од Кожани.
I'm very glad to be here because I first came here about 15 years ago when we start creating the Technology and Science Park here with Professor Nedeljkovski.
Многу ми е мило што повторно сум тука. Дојдов прв пат во Битола пред 15 години кога започнавме да го креираме технолошкиот парк во Битола.
I'm here today to discuss the future of innovation in Western Balkans.
Денес темата ќе биде иднината на иновациите во Западен Балкан.
According to all European studies, the only solution and the only exit of the crisis in the whole area of Western Balkans will be only the creation of new business, of new entrepreneurships based in innovation.
Од сите досегашни направени студии, научни, стручни, може да се заклучи дека единствен излез од кризата е предприемништвото, создавање на мали и средни компании со посебен фокус на иновацијата.
All we know that to have a successful innovation we have to be together and to work together.
Она што е клучно е дека за да имаме успешни иновации мора да работиме заеднички и да креираме успешна иновација.
So the future of Western Balkans is the co-working in between all the members of the Western Balkans, all the people of the Western Balkans. It's based on innovation. We have to create our own future.
Клучот за успешна иновација е соработката помеѓу сите земји од Западен Балкан и само со заедничка соработка ние можеме да бидеме успешни во таа иновација.
Finally, I'd like to say that we, the Greek people, and especially the people of Northern Greeks, we believe that the future is in front of us. We are going to have a much greater future than we had so far.
И како за крај би кажал дека сите во Грција, посебно во Северна Грција, гледаме дека ова што во моментов се случува ќе ни обезбеди подобра иднина за сите нас. Добар ден и добро дојдовте во Битола. Dear ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome and enjoy today in Bitola. I wouldn't continue the waiting session. Thank you for the reporters for their enormous interest. I would like to invite our president of the Gauss Foundation in Bitola, Professor Dr. Igor Nedeljkovski, to open this session. Thank you.
Dear partners in the Balkan Med e-business pages project, dear guests from companies from Bulgaria, Cyprus, Greece and Albania, dear representatives of the business community in Bitola and wider in the country, welcome in the Bitola, welcome in North Macedonia. Today, we have great pleasure to announce that business-to-business networking meeting where we have guests, 20 companies from Cyprus, Bulgaria, Greece and Albania interested in cooperation with Macedonian companies. Thus, there is extremely rare opportunity for the local business community to meet companies here in Bitola from those 4 countries to present your opportunities, your possibilities to those companies, and hopefully to establish business-to-business cooperation in the future. This meeting is organized in the framework of the project BalkanMed e-business pages. This project is funded by European Union under Interreg Balkan Mediterranean program. This project created a rare opportunity for virtual networking of the companies from those 5 countries. We created B2B Pages.biz application in which there is profiles of more than 1,000, almost 1,200 companies interested for mutual cooperation. But B2B pages are not just a yellow pages. They are not just a ordinary business catalog. They are very, very much beyond that. In that platform, you can find real opportunity and offers and needs for business cooperation, not just for selling or buying or exporting or importing, but through this platform, you can find also possibilities for joint cooperation and actually applying on the third market jointly. You will find opportunity from companies from this area, from the West Balkan, plus from Cyprus, which is now extended this program area with the Cyprus. So you can find possibility to network with foreign companies, not just of import or export, but not networking, establishing consortia between you and applying on the third market in European Union worldwide, depend of your business models. We, all the countries in the West Balkans, you know better than me, we are very small for individual appearance on the global market, where comes monster companies from China, India, Germany, Japan, US. And now this is the opportunity here to create a local community. Because firstly, why is important to create a local community here in the West Balkans and Cyprus? Not between Greece and Finland, or North Macedonia and I know Portugal. Because our habits are same. We are by spirit, we are same regardless than on which language we are speaking or on which nation we are belonging. Business attitudes, business potential are very, very similar. Because of that, please use these rare opportunities, especially companies from Bitola, especially other Macedonian companies from other cities if there are such a companies. Please use that rare opportunity, because it's not very usual to have in North Macedonia, but especially in Bitola, such a number of foreign companies. After the panel session, in which we will listen a very interesting presentation about strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats for business cooperation in the Balkan Mediterranean area, you will see and listen presentations from company abroad. And if you find interesting partner for you, please contact our hostesses and of course Nicola, from manager of the Regional Chamber of Commerce of Bitola, and they will arrange in the next room opposite of this business to business meeting with the foreign companies. Finally, I'm seeing that the weather is coming more beautiful than last night. Today is promising day. Dear guests from Bulgaria, from Cyprus, from Greece, from Albania, not just to spend this, of course, I suppose that it's also a rare opportunity for you to visit the Bitola. Use this visit to Bitola not just because of the business cooperation, but also to enjoy these 2 days in the city of Bitola. Thank you and welcome again.
Thank you very much, Professor Igor Nedelkovski. We thought that the best way is to start with the challenges of business cooperation in the Balkan Mediterranean area with one of the most famous Macedonian food companies. The director of export of this neighboring company, Vitaminka Prilep, Mr. Ljubčo Veleski, please present all the challenges that you have been facing in order to promote Vitaminka in the region and further. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank for this invitation to be the part of this event and to share my experience, my ideas about today's topic. I'm coming from Vitaminka, food processing industry, which is the biggest food processing industry in our country and one of the biggest in this region. So Vitaminka, you know, it is mainly confectionery, chocolate biscuits, soups, ketchup, mayonnaise, etc. So it is highly internationalized company with permanent export in more than 30 countries all around the world. And we have very strong, me personally and Vitaminka, we have very strong experience collaborating in these 5 countries from this project. Actually, we have minor experience with Cyprus, but for example, with Bulgaria, we have our own company, a lot of distributors there. In Albania, we have an importer which collaborated almost 30 years. For example, we collaborate with Agna Group, with Mr. Vasil Naci in other market. In Greece, we have also several importers, and we exhibit there in Athens, in Thessaloniki. So it is very, very strong experience. And also, I'm coming also from academia. I have a lot of experience in the process of internationalization, in FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods industry, in modern retailing. So it is probably the good enough background to share with you my thoughts about the today topic. So, concerning if I should to define in few words the markets in these 5 countries, so in few words, so the most appropriate probably will be following. It is so close and so far in the same time, so similar and so different. There are strong interconnections and interaction among the people, companies and institutions in these countries. 1,000 people fluctuate on daily basis from one country to other. People from here go shopping in Greece or on vacation. We have businesses, so people from Greece have businesses here. So people from one side have relatives in other side. They have friends. They have business partners in other side of the border. So there is very strong interconnection among the people in all these countries. But still, in same time, each of these countries have different historical background, different process of industrial development, various cultural characteristics which created different consumer habits and different business milieu. From one side, these markets are very similar, from other, so different. I will tell you a very simple example from my branch for food processing industry. For example, the flips, the taste of flips is completely different here in Bulgaria or in Greece. So the same situation is, for example, with mayonnaise. So in Albania, they prefer Italian-style products. Here, it doesn't mean so much. Even Fanta in Greece is different than here. So the structure of retailing sector and the structure of food processing industry in each country is completely different. So as additional, the process of globalization make consumer habits to become more uniform. So the biggest player of the game in FMCG industry, like Lidl or Spar or Deleuze or Nestle or Ferrero, are almost everywhere. So that's the situation in FMCG sector in these markets. Shortly, a lot of similarities, a lot of specifics, and wind of globalization, which breaks all barriers. How does Vitaminka do that? So, I'm in touch with all these markets on daily basis, and I will try to explain our position to summarize the strengths and the weaknesses from the Vitaminka perspective, and opportunities and threats from the perspective of the market. Let's start with the strength side. So it's time for global procurement. We fly on the wind of globalization in terms of quality, test, designs, etc. If you want to succeed, we should adapt our strategy locally. So it is impossible to win with the same strategy in Bulgaria or in Albania, for example. Profiling and branding, traders and consumers should have clear picture of you. So it's time of tyranny of offer and tyranny of choice. There are hundreds and hundreds of producers in each food category. In that ocean of producers and pressure of offers, if company wants to survive, should to create distinction and its uniqueness. Excellent balance between price and quality. Consumers have become more and more educated. They don't want to pay cheap to look cheap, but they don't want to overpay the product. That's why it's the most important to give to the consumers the excellent balance between price and quality. Keep the promise and builds long-term relationships. So as a company, it's never our idea to sell 1, 2, or 3 trucks on some markets. So we always try to build a long-term collaboration with the partners in each market. And good diversification is the key solution for surviving, especially in the time of crisis. Good diversification in terms of the products and good diversification in terms of the market. What about the weaknesses? More money, energy, and knowledge for marketing. Our industry, FMCG industry, is completely marketing oriented. We have deal with the end consumers. We try to satisfy their needs, and we should to be in permanent contact with our end consumers. So it needs to use the mediums, and it needs money, and it needs the knowledge to become more innovative. So consumers differ boring from innovative companies. Consumers always want to test something new. We are constantly we should to be constantly in process of innovation, in process of extension, and in all fields, not only in production. So if you intend to win the game with the global competitors, you should to be effective as effective as possible, high productivity, automatization of all processes, excellent organization are the key things. What is that? And from the market perspective, what is opportunities in this region? All five, the markets in all 5 countries, they are not saturated yet as the markets in developed Western countries. There is still good demand and interest for new products and new suppliers. Retail concentration, especially of transnational players, is not so high as also in Western European markets. I give you an example. For example, in Slovenia, 3 biggest players, Mercator, Tuš, and Spar, they have 70% of market share in retailing industry. And you have plus 3 hard discounters, Eurospin, Aldi, and Lidl. That's it. So it's very strong concentration of the market. So situation in these 5 countries, the modern training is everywhere is 50%, the other 50% is traditional training. So it gives you the opportunity to relatively easily to go and to win on that markets. So besides the cultural and consumer differences, there are still too much connection and interaction among the society. As I mentioned, the people in this region are intertwined. They're closely linked. They go for shopping, for vacation, to open the businesses, to invest. So they simply transfer and mix the products, the ideas, the habits from one country to others, which is very good base to find the partners, to launch and to promote the products. And the last one, so besides not so good infrastructure general in the region, we are very close to each other from logistically point of view. From my town, Prilep, we can serve Tirana, Thessaloniki, and Sofia in 4 or 5 hours. So you can imagine if you are, for example, the Polish company, probably with more competitive price, you need 5 or 6 days to come from Warsaw to Thessaloniki, for example. And the threat, massive outflows of labor affecting the quality of the workers, but also volume of the consumers. So it is not migration, it is almost exodus, what happened these years with the people from this region, from here, from Albania, from Bulgaria. Political instability, a bad political background. So political crisis and instabilities everywhere in the region, unfortunately. Then we are too long in the waiting room, especially our country, out of integration processes, which is very good base for, let's say, deviation of any kind. Poor infrastructure. In some of countries, members of this project, especially in our country, the road infrastructure is really disappointing, poor. So the lack of institutional support, I mentioned before, we are entering in match with the global competitors which have strong government support. So I can tell you openly that, for example, Turkish company Raman Industry, the Turkish government cover 0.5% of all cost exhibiting of Turkish company on exhibition everywhere. So we are not so lucky. And stereotypes, unfortunately, the last one, there are still some typical Balkan stereotypes, such as this product coming from that country, it means bad quality, or we argue with that country, so I don't want to buy from that products from that country. But in same time, for example, Lidl sell tons and tons of products, I don't know, from some company from the end of the world. So finally, it's really time of massive globalization. Each of us, as an individual country, is too small in global level. Even all 5 countries together have less population than, for example, Shanghai. So if we stay together, if we collaborate and develop all links among us as business, cultural, sport, the chance to live better in global environment are much more bigger. It is the main mission for this project, I think. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's really an interesting topic, and there is a lot of things that you need to incorporate, but when you work in cooperation, it's much easier. Now we focus on the future with Professor Yanis Bakouros from the University of Western Macedonia, Kozani. The future in innovation within the Balkan, that is the new challenge. Please.
I'd like to thank you very much for being here. But first and above all, I would like to thank my good friend Igor, who invited me to be in this meeting. Igor actually and I have been working together at least for the last 15 years.
19.
Yes, 19.
From ITCB project.
Yes, from ITCB project. It was always a pleasure to work with him. It was always a pleasure to come to Bitola. And I think this is the best time we could probably think of being together again here in Bitola. My name is Yanis Bakouros. I come from the Management of Technology Research Lab at the University of Western Macedonia, which is in Kozani. Let me just start with two cartoon slides together. The first one, the director, the man who is in charge says that this really is not innovative. This really is an innovative approach, but I'm afraid we cannot consider it. It's never been done before. Okay. And the second one is just as you can see before they start using the wheels. Usually what we hear from the people or they're supposed to innovate is we are too busy. No thank you, forget the wheels because we are too busy. Okay. So, Western Balkans. I'm glad because we hear the presentation before my presentation, and the gentleman before me gave a good view of what is happening in the Balkans from his company point of view, but that's more or less this is the story. This is the truth, and the people they are in business. They know much better what's going on than the people they just teach innovation and entrepreneurship. The good thing is that we can see very clearly that West Balkans are accelerating in a fast pace in innovation and technology transfer. We know that we experience every day It was said before that it is a very diverse and complex region. Political and economic reforms are an internal part to steer this process. It's not always easy to do a lot of innovation. It's not straightforward as it is in the central of Europe or in the north of Europe, even in the East Europe. It's not exactly the same. Things are different here. Things are more complex here. But let's stay to this but. Excuse if you know all this before, but I always put these slides in my presentation. We have 4 types of innovation: product innovation, service innovation, process innovation, and organizational innovation. If we talk about product innovation, we have to say the Balkans, including Greece, including Cyprus, we are good. We are not so far behind. We don't like too much from the other advanced countries in product innovation. You know which is our main problem in innovation? Organizational innovation. We don't have in our business the culture of innovation. We don't have as a people, as a workers or as an employees, the culture of innovation. That's the first obstacle, the big one. And the second one is services including diffusion and marketing of innovation. If we talk to our business in northern Greece, we talk to them and we always discuss them. What is your big problems? They always say how we can export. It's not easy for the small business in our region to learn fast how they can capture external markets and big markets. It's, you said it before in your weakness, but at the same time, this is the big opportunity. Usually the weaknesses are the opportunities of the future. So let's, as an engineer, I always like to give some numbers. Here we can say, we can see, agree with you that we are such a small gather of people around. Just all together, much less, including Greece, around about 25 million people, population, 25 millions for, as you mentioned, Shanghai or Singapore or something else, just the size of a big city, or the size of one region, if we want to be more. On the other hand, we see that the GDP, the gross domestic product per capita, for 2016 is still low compared to the advanced Central and Northern European countries. So this is another opportunity. It might looks like a weakness now, but it's another opportunity because we suppose that we have an increase of GDP in the future, so that creates business. Okay, business, innovative business. We had a good EU financial support for 2014, 2020. It's obvious that it's going to increase very much in the very near future when all those countries become members of the European Union. The good thing is that a good percentage of this support goes to innovative actions. We have to be a bit careful about that because it's not always innovative as we think of innovative actions. So, I'm not going to go through all those slides, but just remember one thing. It's obvious that the Western Balkans are economies in transition. And historically, economies in transition usually are the economies that they give opportunities to new, innovative companies. So we have to keep it in mind. So, what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to be ready. They're supposed to be ready regardless the innovation behavior of our companies, because this is the only possibility of new growth platforms both on macro level at the micro level. Now, if we look in these slides, we can see that that innovation for new, I mean the blue and the orange lines here are just introduction products, new products, innovative products in the market. So actually it is expected to be so, because from countries like Greece and the Western Balkans, usually we introduce new products, sometimes new services. It's very difficult to have a big impact in process innovation. But we have some impact so far. The important thing, talking about North Macedonia, for example, is that there is a 10% number of firms, they spend money in R&D, research and development, according to what those firms are declared. Okay, we cannot check that. Here we can see that the inputs and outputs pillars of Global Innovation Index between 5 top-ranking countries and West Balkan countries, the patents are more or less the same. So that's good stuff, because the blue ones, the light blue ones, they are institutions, and then human capital and research, and then infrastructure, and then market sophistication, business sophistication, knowledge and technology outputs, and creative outputs. So more or less, we are following the patterns of the big players of the world, the global big players. So keep it as it is. We don't have to change that now. It's good to see that more than 10 billion euros have been invested in the past 5 years in the Western Balkans, and in a market of about 15 to 20 million people, it's an important injection of cash flow to their economy. From here, I think we should keep that the future potential is the fast-growing economies. The economies are fast-growing economies with high domestic demand. It's very important. My friend who talked before said something which is very, very true. Igor said we are more or less, we have more or less the same habits, we have more or less the same business habit, but we have diverted consumer habits, as you said. It's, you gave the example of feta, for example, which is different in Greece than in here, and maybe than in Serbia or whatever. So we have to keep that in mind, but this diversion can be a benefit, can be something which is, it can be a pro for companies like the company of the gentleman, it's the innovative companies, because they understood, it seems that they have understood the market. Challenge. They'll stop with that. The biggest challenges are missing levels to grow due to weak vertical integration and horizontal fragmentation in the innovation system. What does it mean? It means that the vertical integration is the when we try to put more value into existing product. So to build on top and to build in a vertical sense. This is very important. We have to keep a lot of our products. It's very crucial that the retail sector is different here than in the rest of Europe, because, for example, in Germany, in the whole Germany, from each single home, there is a Lidl in a distance less than 15 minutes drive. So for retail sector, this is a catastrophe. And we have to think a lot about that. The retail sector has to play an important role in the future of the whole business, the whole commerce in our region. Funding system in the West Balkans are still inadequate in terms of ensuring industry and social relevance. There is need for a much stronger involvement of user in evaluation and funding. I talked before about culture. Culture has to change, because usually we say money, they are money out. But how you can get close to the money, or how local and regional communities can actually funding innovative companies is another thing. We have resource constraints, human, infrastructure. First of all, human resources are very important. All West Balkans, plus Greece, have been for 1 or 2 decades now experience a huge brain drain, which is bad for creating new business. Yes, just let me say that, and then it's over. It's very important to introduce and implement ICT in all the levels of our businesses. It's very, very important. We cannot do business if we don't digitalize our business environment. It's not possible anymore all around the global. It's not possible. You can have this presentation if you want. It's already in the computer of the organizer. And thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for having me.
Now we are opening the question and answer session. I would like to invite you to address questions to our distinguished guests regarding the challenges or the future of the export-oriented companies and innovation in any sense. Please. No question? It was so clear. Now let's implement it. Let's export in between our countries and then further in Europe. While you're thinking about the question, I would like to invite our guest from the Business Chamber of Limassol, Mr. Nicolas Iordanu. It's a special invitation because for the first time he's in Bitola, and for the first time businesses in Bitola have opportunity to cooperate with Cyprus.
I would like to express our special thanks to Gauss Institute and my very good friends, the Professor Igor and Mrs. Susanna Draigoska. I'm the representative of the Limassol Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I'm the head of the Department of Research, Innovation and EU programs, among others. And also, I'm the Vice President of the Board of Directors of the Cyprus University of Technology, which is based in Limassol too. Allow me to say that the e-business project, as my friend Igor mentioned before, is one amongst the most important projects in the Balkan Intermed framework. Why bring us together? Why we came here not only as a project partners, but with 5 companies with us. Why? Because we constructed, developed an e-platform with the insertion of more than 1,200 companies from the Balkan countries and Cyprus, of course. It's our honor to be here. It's the first time that the Limassol Chamber of Commerce and Industry came to beautiful Bitola, and wish to all a successful meeting, a successful business networking, and my own wishes to this to be continued and get more strength. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you to Nicolas. Thank you to all partners that have came here and bring our potential cooperators. Now I would like one huge applause for all our panelists. I would like them to give space to the companies from Bulgaria. Please join the public. Companies from Bulgaria, please come to the stage. Kalin as well. Kalin is the president. Come. Kalin is the president of the Human Resource Development Agency in Ruse, Bulgaria. They are the leading partner of this project, and we are happy to have them as partners together with all the rest of the partners that you will hear them during these sessions. Okay, who will be the bravest of the company to start discussing? Which one is without presentation of you?
Yeah, hello everyone. First of all, I apologize I don't have a presentation, but our product is in very, very early development, but I just wanted to say a couple of words. So we're doing an access control system, basically, which has a couple of stages of hierarchy. So wherever you have like some kind of garage or office or a whole office building, wherever you have a point of entry, you would have one of our controllers, they're based, and on the whole system level, you would have one server that controls the whole facility, and then on the largest scale, you would have a cloud server which would be accessible for the administrator. The idea is any kind of business that has more than one facility, be that a parking or office or whole office building, would have access and can monitor everyone around it. That would include, I don't know, working hours or payment arrangements of people that are visiting it, all that sort of thing. And our idea right now is we're looking for some kind of partners to introduce newer interfaces for communicating with the system, because right now we have like the standard stuff, tickets, HID cards, stuff like that. But right now we have a partner we're working with that we're trying to introduce LPR systems for ease of access for the customers. So they don't even need any kind of other identification. They will just pull up with their car, and when they go out, just based on their number plate, they'll get some kind of amount that they need to pay. And right now we're looking into even face recognition software, Bluetooth interface, stuff like that we can interpret into our system to make it easier for the end user, and by that make it easier for the business customer as well. Because at the end of the day, the person that's going to be administrating it would be the business that owns those places, and they, through the cloud, they can access everything and monitor it basically anywhere at any time, and they can track the employees or just see what kind of flow they have around. We have some kind of inquiries by companies, again with even big malls, that they want to install that and integrate it with their surveillance systems, so they can see what kind of flow of customers they have around the mall. So the idea of our product is to be as universal as possible and just tailor it to the customer, to the specific customer. So I think that's pretty much it. If anyone is interested, I'll be happy to have a chat with you later on. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. If anyone considers having a meeting afterwards, we will be in the next room, and you can have opportunity to discuss further regarding their options for cooperation. Okay, thank you.
With loading full screen. I'm Vladimir Dimitrov. I represent my company Makina Studio. What we do is we work mostly for German market. We do advertisement and web animations. We have been working with some major companies, as you can see in the presentation. Our unique service is responsive animations. Those responsive animations are used in image wrap advertisement. Image wrap advertisement is different images on websites. Over them, advertiser loads the animation. As images are different size, we need different sizes, the animation to be responsive to the image. So that's why our services are so well distributed on the market. Other animations we do is in interest scroller advertisement. Maybe most of you have seen interest scrollers, and here our animations load on the full screen, and as well they have adaptive properties, which means they load on the portrait and landscape view as well, which is very useful. And interactive animations. Interactive animations, that means the user can interact with the animation in a lot of ways. I can show you something interactive, which is actually a web animation. So this web animation, the size is 500 kilobytes, and as you can see, it can replace video and as well images, and it's far more attractive. So mostly this is what we do. Thanks a lot. Sorry for the problems with the presentation.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Peter Chernaev. My company is Vip Software. We are based on Ruse. We we are system integrator, and we offer the software for the management systems. For the kind of business is very interesting because the Bulgarian and our region is very popular is agriculture business, and that's for it. 20 years we start our company to software and hardware for the agriculture. Our product AgroSystems is the ERP systems, enterprise resource planning, and CRM. It's a combination and GIS systems in one place, and it is we can to track the whole process from the field to the market with one program, and our business is focused to help to management of this process. We have many models, the contacts to the land, we have a GIS model to the land map, connected with cadastre and with the other sources for the geographic information systems. We have an agronomist's model, and we made to prepare the prescription map to put into the tasks and integrate with the different kind of the navigation systems, TJet for example, and the tracking process we can to integrate in our systems to the real work. Drone map, of course, and many innovations in the agriculture business is because we're looking for the price. The most important in business is the price. Our new product is our new product is the FarmerWeb. Is the product. It's a specialized software for the farm management for the the livestock farms, and we can to manage the different kind of business, and we produce the RFID reader to the ear tag animals, and we can to help to identification for the animals and the management of the whole process. We are here because we're looking for partners who can to distribute our products and who helped us to go up, because we believe that the business innovations must be it's a big challenge, and I'll be happy if somebody want to speak with me after the presentations how we can to work together. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to our Bulgarian partner leader in this project. You can use the opportunity to discuss with some companies, although you haven't scheduled one meeting in advance. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Haris Ioannou, and I'm representing a food trading company from Cyprus. We are based in Cyprus, but we are trading all over the world as a trusted global provider for several food products. And throughout the years, we have built an international network for producers and exporters by offering a large range of products to our clients at competitive prices, by following up the market trends on a daily basis, depending on the requirements and the demands of each market. Belorian's deal is a good deal. Only both parties, the customers and the producers, are happy and mutually satisfied on the collaboration. The key of the success, it's the long experience since 1983 in developing, supplying and servicing our partners, where we have established a name, a reputation and a company that we can be proud of. Now, let me get in more details. Belorian, it's an exporting company dealing in, for example, in Cyprus dairy products such as butter, ghee, anhydrous milk fat, but also promotes and sells other origin dairy products such as butter, ghee, skim milk powders, full cream milk powders, buttermilk powders, wheat powders, and many other products on the dairy section. And also dairy blends like cheese products. There are too many products in the bakery industry, such as the bakery fat products like butter replacer, margarines, vegetable ghee, depending on the needs and on every market and the requirements and demands. We as Belorian, we represent many producers from around the world, many sections besides the dairy section, like the vegetables and the potatoes section, for the retail and then the wholesaling section. Also on the meat, poultry and seafood, and many dry food products like the pulses, the seeds, spices, coffee beans, the texture vegetable protein, soya protein. I'll give you an example, a few producers from around the world, like for the meat business, the meat producers are, for example, from Argentina, from Australia, from Brazil, from Europe sometimes. And the main industry of the customers are the importers and distributors in the Middle East area, like Saudi Arabia, like Bahrain, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, and Cyprus as well. And Belorian is promoting the products of the producers to these countries for whatever requirements they have. And we are following up all the deal, all the negotiations. We're finalizing the deal. We are following up the whole production process of the products until the exportations and the delivery of the products. And we get the feedback of the product in the market from the customer, the important distributor. And once they are happy, we are discussing for new collaborations and for the same and other products as well. So we can say that we are proud on our trading business on this. This has been our passion for over 3 decades. And can say that we have been focused on one important goal, building up our clients' supply success and profitability. Thank you very much.
So good morning, my name is Mario, and I present PNDS Electronics. Our motto is your business is our business. So PNDS Electronics is a company with a huge dynamism, reliability, and we are focused on offering absolute customer service of our clients and solutions to existing or new companies related to cash equipment. Our vision is to offer products and services that it has to do with innovation. The evolution of demand, let's say, in the market is how a business can follow in this development and always be one step ahead of it. Therefore, we provide excellent high-tech products, always part of ideal solutions suggested to any kind of business shop, having always in mind the after-sales service in relation to software development, evolution, and technical support. A simple solution that we have is a cash machine, and our innovative, let's say, product is a POS system, touch systems that we develop that PC. Usually comes with Windows operating systems, and we involve our software in these PCs. We also provide thermal POS printers for receipt, for retail and wholesale business. We offer scanners, 2D scanners, and scanners that have the ability to read QR codes. So our main product is software that it has to do with hospitality and retail and wholesale industry. For the first part, for hospitality industry, we have software for hotels, cafe, restaurants, takeaway delivery, and clubs. As a second, we have a software for wholesale and retail business, which is ideal for a supermarket, hypermarket, kiosk, boutiques, groceries, kavas, perfumes, toy stores, and so on. What's the importance of this software is that you can manage your stock, you can manage your sales, you can manage your orders, your purchases, your costing, your expenses, and of course you have live reports. That's it. Thank you for your attention.
My name is Petros Hagiloizou. I am an advocate from Cyprus, and I'm here to represent our company, which is called H Priority Trust Services Limited. Our company is consisted of a big team of lawyers, accountants, property evaluators, and a lot of other networks that I will explain later on. As a company, we pride ourselves in being a firm providing holistic knowledge and at the same time specific expertise. Our services cover the entire spectrum of the legal industry and its practice areas, while we also go a step further in providing industry-specific advice as regards your business endeavors in Europe. Now, just a brief explanation of what we do, and after I will explain why you need a lawyer if you are going to cooperate in Cyprus or in other European countries. So what we do, our purpose is to create a respectful, trustworthy and efficient business environment and to generate inquiries into successful deals through determination, loyalty and satisfying customer requirements. H Priority Trust Services provides a comprehensive range of services, and we have a wide network of experienced associates involved with all aspects of boutique legal and business services. These superior standards of services makes us a true one-stop shop for your professional needs in Europe. So what our company offers is corporate and commercial, immigration services, tax law, tax planning, and advanced business structuring of your companies, real estate and accounting services. So our development pillar are our expertise, our trust. We base our entire offering on trust, which characterizes all our dealings. Innovation, we are strong advocates of innovation and technology and constantly invest in state-of-the-art process and procedures. Innovation is also a horizontal approach in our advisory services. We base our services on providing the most recent sector insights and creating deliverables with value in a timely manner. So, H Priority Trust Services invest in innovative business solutions, long-term client relations, the one-stop shop approach, constant dialogue, initiation, after-service support, doing business in or through Cyprus, one of the most reliable international business centers in the Mediterranean and Europe is Cyprus. Cyprus is a modern, cosmopolitan, transparent business center offering opportunities for investment across a wide range of sectors. The benefits of doing business with a Cyprus company. Cyprus is a strategic location, makes an ideal investment gateway to the European Union, as well as a portal for investment outside of the EU, particularly in the Middle East, India and China. Our legal system, which is fully compliant with the EU, OECD, international laws and regulations. Our Cyprus investment program, which is very famous the last 5-6 years, where people can receive permanent residence in Cyprus or Cyprus citizenship by investing some funds in the Cyprus. The tax system, which is very important for all the people who are here today. Cyprus has one of the most beneficial tax systems in the European Union. Our tax is only 12.5%, and additionally to the corporate tax, the 12.5%, there is no dividends tax. So, just in a brief explanation, after deducting the 12.5% tax from your company's activities, there are 0% on the dividends that you receive as the shareholder of the Cyprus company. Also, another benefit of doing business with Cyprus are the growth sector, a thriving business hub for key sectors such as shipping, real estate, energy, tourism and hospitality, investment funds and innovation and startups. Thank you very much.
My name Kavlidis, and I'm here to introduce you to Magnetar Ltd. Magnetar is an international and national project development and implementation company based in Limassol, Cyprus. Our main activities revolve around national and European co-funded projects in numerous sectors of economy and development. Our staff is having a multi-year experience in co-funded projects and all services connected. Magnetar acts as a project development and implementation company which searches for and exploits national, international, and especially EU funds, mainly in the areas of entrepreneurship and innovation, engineering research, energy and resources management, sustainable and green development, sustainable and green transport and mobility, maritime and blue growth, and ICTs. Our activities, starting for consulting and project management, like identification of consortia and partnerships, development, management, implementation, monitoring, evaluation, dissemination, sustainability, to research and development, like exploration of funding opportunities, performing of action plans and studies, sustainable development strategies, energy saving technology and innovation, renewable energy technology and innovation, data and market analysis, capacity building and trainings, and of course technical services like energy audits, energy saving strategies and solutions, renewable energy system technology and innovation, sustainable development, feasibility studies, green transport technology and innovation, design and development of sustainable mobility action plans, energy efficient buildings, environmental assessment, and master plan development. Some of our main founding tools and initiatives are Interreg Balkan programs like the in-business pages. We are thank you for your invitation. Live programs, Climate KIC, Erasmus Plus, Horizon of course 2020, COSME, EEA grants, and of course all of these are in the European Commission, under European Commission. Thank you very much for your attention.
My name is Mario Zervoudis and I represent the Cyprus Investment Promotion Agency. Invest Cyprus actually is a state agency that promotes Cyprus as a business destination and also facilitates to help people and businesses that they want to operate in Cyprus. A few words about Cyprus. Cyprus is located at the eastern coast of Europe, has a population of nearly 1 million people, and is a member of European Union since 2004 and member of the Eurozone since 2008. A few words about the economy of Cyprus. Cyprus is performing in a positive territory for 16 consecutive quarters. There were consecutive upgrades by credit rating agencies, and there is a robust GDP growth. During last year, the GDP growth was 4%, while the average in Europe was 2%. The growth is also forecasted to remain robust over 2019 with a projection of 4% as well. And during last year, there was the highest reduction in employment in Europe from 10% in 2017 went to 7% in 2018. The key economic sectors that are performing in Cyprus is the filming industry, which promotes film productions being in Cyprus, the tourism sector, shipping, real estate, energy, education, ICT, and innovation and startups. The GDP by sector is distributed as the pie chart shown on the screen. And a few words about startups and innovation. For the first time, the government adopted an overall policy framework which is in cooperation with the private sector, which is the main driver of the economy, the private sector. The main objective is to develop a comprehensive entrepreneurial ecosystem, and there were 5 priority areas. The first is to create an entrepreneurial culture, to create a favorable business environment, to promote entrepreneurial innovation, and to facilitate access to finance and access to markets for their businesses. There were also new incentives to support startups that were introduced by the government, which are tax incentives, the Cyprus Startup Visa program, which aims for non-EU nationals to get a 2 years visa to work in Cyprus without any restrictions. The advice for small businesses facility operated by the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. They improved the regulatory framework and the promotion of in-government services. As I already mentioned, the startup visa for the third country nationals, it is aimed for either individuals that they own a startup or a team of up to 5 persons that they are shareholders of the startup. For them, there is 2 years visa, as I already mentioned, with no restriction and with family reunification to be allowed as well from the first day. I mean, the people are able to bring their families as well to Cyprus. So, where academia meets entrepreneurs. In Cyprus there are 3 public universities, 5 private universities. There is close cooperation with universities from the UK, Germany and the US. There are incubators and accelerators with proven track record in Cyprus. There is state support, EU funds, a fast-growing infrastructure, and advanced research and innovation. A company that operates in Cyprus can benefit of more than 40 EU trade agreements and more than 60 double tax treaties. And the geostrategic position allows easy proximity and easy access to major markets. As Petros already mentioned before about the taxation in Cyprus, Cyprus has one of the most attractive tax systems in Europe, with 12.5% of corporate tax rate, with no tax on profits or no withholding taxes and no tax on capital gains under conditions. And at the same time, there is an attractive intellectual property regime which allows companies and businesses that they own intellectual property or a patent to be able to get an 80% tax deduction on the 12.5%. So the actual taxation is 2.5% instead of 12.5%. I will close with one short video about Cyprus, which shows in a nutshell what Cyprus is and what it can offer. Thank you.
I was asked to present 2 more companies from Greece due to some emergencies. They have to leave sooner, so please present your companies, and then we will see the video from Cyprus.
I represent 3 companies from Greece, 2 companies and 1 institute. First of all, it's Cosmos. Cosmos I'm very high.
No, you're okay.
First of all, Cosmos is an agricultural operation from Veria in Mathia in Greece, in the central Macedonia. Cosmos has more than 300 members and non-members producers. The producers of Cosmos produce mainly peaches, nectarines, and industrial peaches. Except from that, they produce also apples, apricots, plums, cherries, kiwis. That's it. Cosmos exports fruits, fresh fruits in Europe, Asia, Africa. With all the European certificates like Agro 1, Agro 2. To get into the subject of our, sorry for it's a serious problem in Greece, so I'm a little bit maybe confused. To get in the subject of our today meeting, I'm today here with the president of Cosmos and also with the president of AES Apostolos Pavlos, that it's the union of 5 agricultural corporations that Cosmos belongs to. Both of them are interested to investing in Northern Macedonia, in the Republic of Northern Macedonia. As you know, right now in Greece, businessmen want to invest in the neighbor countries. This time we invest in Bulgaria because only Bulgaria is in the European Union. The integration of Republic of Northern Macedonia in European Union will open new roads for collaborations. In our case, we are very interested to invest in the industrial section of your country, and especially to the transformation of the fresh fruits. Except from this, as I told you, I'm the president of an institute that the name is iAgroCert, and we are keen on certificate fruit, generally agro products. So after the integration of the Republic of Northern Macedonia and European Union, I think we can start to work a lot of projects, because institutes work a lot of programs or projects with neighbor countries. That's it. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm here to represent the group of enterprises that's called Orama in Greek, but in English you can call it Vision. So we are talking about a holding company, but today we'll present only the part that has to do with smart new technologies and how these technologies can have a huge impact on the regional innovation systems. The headquarters of the group is in Kozani. I don't know if you know, but it's the capital of the Western Macedonia in Greece. In cooperation with the university in Kozani, the group has a multi-annual experience in a European but also in national research projects like Indirect Europe, Horizons, and big projects like this. The group invests in startups businesses, so we have a high interest of startups. We also give seminars to the different offices that we have in the region to educate people not only in new technologies, but technologies that has to do with the area of our territory. I think that is enough. Here with us is the president of the group, Mr. Haris Vanidis. Thank you very much for your time. And
now it's time for coffee. Please join us in the lobby downstairs for a coffee break. And after that, according to the agenda, which is in the notebooks that you received, we come upstairs with the companies from Albania, and if there are any Greek companies left. And then we will do the B2B meetings with already scheduled meetings between the companies. let's hear what they can offer, what kind of cooperation they can do with our companies, and partnerships, projects. So, can we start with the presentations? And another applause, please, for the ladies entrepreneurs that came to Bitola.
Animals. The company Tona is a big factory in Korča, near to Bitola. They are meat processing company. Another company is embroidery, that is the lady there, that is the northern part of Albania, and they are dealing with embroidery. And another company that is difficult to pronounce, the lady will pronounce by her own, and they're dealing with design of food and mostly on pastry and mostly in design of them. Okay, thank you. So I'll give the floor now to all the companies.
So thank you very much. I'm representing here Base Agro Invest, which is a new company from Albania. We started in 2014 with the production of fruits and vegetables. We have already 82.5 hectares altogether, from which we have 31 hectares with different fruits like peaches, nectarines, apricots, plums, and pears. Different varieties, and this year we are in full production. We expect, according to the climate conditions, it depends because it's an open field, to have a good production on site. And also we have 6 hectares with different types of greenhouses, mostly from Israel, in which we are producing 3 main products, which are tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. For all this product, we have the certificate Global Gap, which allow my company to export directly to different EU countries, but mostly of our production is going also to the West Balkan countries, like Macedonia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, Montenegro, and further till Austria. And we intend last year and this year to invest also in new technologies, because the most important thing for the climate condition in Albania, as you know, is sunlight, but they are very shortly, and the export of Albania are mostly in 2 different seasons and short seasons, and the old season is 5 to 6 months, and we intend to implement also heating systems in our greenhouses, which are operating with biomass, and also to keep the production longer, to have the possibility to produce also according to the Global Gap standards. And for the next season and the next year, we have very good cooperation with different companies, like Lidl and some processing companies from Austria. And okay, we have a very good potential to develop also open field. And this year we started with a huge production in open field with 10 hectares papers for the different countries like Switzerland and Sweden, which are interested in some special varieties of papers for processing industries. Also, we intend to extend our production with different plants like asparagus, which is very or in high demand in the in Western Europe, and we will start next year with a Dutch company, which is the second company in the Europe for the asparagus. And okay, in this way we have other opportunities from other companies to cooperate with my company. We are open for any kind of cooperation, and yeah, this is the short presentation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Hello to everyone. My name is Miroš Berko. I am the representative of Agrotech. It's one Albanian company. Our main produce is meal, food for animals, feed, and also the poultry meat. We are representing all Albanian markets with all products of feed for animals, as cows, chicks, sheep, and all of them. Also, we are distribute the poultry meat fresh in all Albanian markets, and we start last years with Kosovo. We have been here in 2 or 3 meetings with your government ministry for the opportunity to collaborate, to invest in north of Macedonia. And we saw that you have a good condition and good investments, good opportunity to start in this kind of business. As I discussed with some friends, I am so familiar with Macedonian and Bulgarian people that I'm 30 years traveling in Macedonia and Bulgaria. And I saw that your market is empty with fresh meat. So we will do all our best to enjoy with Macedonian companies and to grow in this field. Thank you.
To represent today Tona company. So this will be briefly a company's profile. Tonaco is a company, a meat processing company that is operating in the Albanian meat market for over 25 years. So the content will be just a brief introduction, then it will be followed up by a timeline with the most important events in a chronological way. Our mission and vision as a company, and briefly, last but not least, our products. So Tona company is one of the oldest private meat processing company established in 1992 in Korç, Albania. It specializes in producing meat processed products as well as fresh meat from 2014 and on. Tonaco focuses on achieving the highest quality production through innovative means and technology, and therefore offering to our consumers the best quality products at reasonable prices. Over the time, our company has experienced significant growth in both its customer base and product offerings, and now it's producing over 90 types of products in 90% of the Albanian market thanks to its well-organized distribution channels. So this is a brief, like a short timeline for the most important events that our company has occurred. So right after the establishment in 1992, in 2004, our company has gained an award for business success among 100 brands. Later on in 2005, the company opened its first own shop in Albania, where it could meet directly with the customers and consumers. In 2009, it was certified with ISO 22000-2005. In 2010, it significantly expanded its product range, from now entering not just in the meat processing industry, but also the fast food industry, so producing the frozen gyros, which is a Greek tradition. The sauces that are widely used in the fast food industry, like ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, etc., as well as the pita bread and frozen pizzas. In 2014, it was an important year for our company because it implemented the backward vertical integration by opening and establishing the now most modern and biggest slaughterhouse in the country. So we are proud to say that we are a team of professionals. We have a hard-working team behind this successful brand, and we have a staff full of qualification, knowledge, and experience. Our mission and vision. Mission is to offer, of course, the high quality products at reasonable prices, to set the industry standards for product quality, to offer satisfying services by always being on time and within schedule, and to become model employer by implementing right people management practices for fair treatment and empowerment of the employees. So very briefly, the types of the products that we have, as I said, the company actually started with just 5 types of meat processed products. Now it reached to over 90 types of meat processed products, as well as the products that are part of the fast food industry, like I said, the gyros, the pizzas, the pita bread, the sauces, as well as the most important investment that we have made is in the fresh meat market. Now we use both domestic and imported livestock like cattle, pig, sheep, lamb, and goats. We do all the process from the slaughtering, the packaging, the sectioning, as well as the distribution of the fresh meat and its byproducts. We are open for any collaboration of any kind that we can have with the companies here. I think that's all for today. Thank you.
The lady that I have to present now is Mrs. Meliha Zubere, and I will translate for her. So she explained me the activity. So I will say some words. The company, the lady that is managing the company, is an embroidery workshop in the northern part of Albania, and she is one of the artisans that have set up this activity in a business, and she is using all the expertise of the woman in the northern part and also in the rural area. So mostly she is doing something social as a social enterprises, and I appreciate her very much because she is, let's say, she is appreciating also our value of the folk heritage, because she is producing and embroidering the folk national suits, and also she is embroidering also tablecloths, sheets, and also producing from this loom. If you know loom, that they are producing textile by their own. So using the former heritage of the ladies in the old tradition in Albania. Thank you.
We are a food and design brand based in Tirana. This is our team. It is a family business. Me and our sister started it, and Christy, which also gives the name to the company, Kikilicious, from Delicious and Christy combining together. She is the founder and CEO of the company. Aranda, which serves as the marketing officer and the food photographer, and me, I deal with the design and the content editing. We also have an expert advisor. Kikilicious started as a blog, a personal blog, when Kiki, Christy, my sister, was 15 years old, and she loves to cook, as we all do in the family. And she wanted to portray her cooking in a blog where she could write and give photos step by step so everyone would follow and actually have the same result as she did in the end. The public started to grow, and then we decided to combine forces, and we actually created the brand Kikilicious, which now operates as a platform online and as a food business. The website deals with, you can find the recipes. We still have the same, it works the same with the photos and the text for you to follow instructions and have the recipes and have them taste as they taste for us. But now we have put more attention to the design and the photography. We also deal with lifestyle and travel. Always they are connected by food in them, and we offer different services, food and design related. Regarding the business, since the followers wanted to actually not just read about our products, but actually taste them. We started baking pastries for some people, and then some people became in a very big crowd. So now we bake and cook for other people. We also do catering. What makes our products differentiated from the others is the fact that we use premium ingredients and we do not compromise on the taste and the quality. We have our own recipes, and we do customize and tailor-made goods. Our aim for the growth is to, on the online platform, to have an international reach and create new collaborations, and on the business is to actually expand in the physical meaning, to have a mini factory where we can do more baking and more cooking and more fun. We are seeking for strategic partners to help us grow and expand. Thank you, and reach us if you find us interesting.
Thank you very much, Alida. One more applause for the Albanian companies and our partner, Alida. You can take your seats. I want to welcome Yanis and the Greek companies. I'm sorry for a presentation in two parts, but because two companies had to leave, and now Yanis Kalivas is project manager or president in the Hellenic Management Association in Athens. They were our first guests for the B2B meetings, and thank you very much for coming in Bitola.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I have here one enterprise from Ptolemaida. The name of the owner is he's Dalakas Trifon. He represents the Action Group. His activity is to produce aromatic plants, and from the aromatic plants he extracts lavanda is the aromatic plant, and he extracts the essential oil, and he has exportations. Yes. Πού εξάγεις? Okay, until now his exportations are to Bulgaria. To Bulgaria only? Okay, to Bulgaria. And he would like also have a collaboration here with North Macedonia? Yes. Okay. And also with the countries of the other partners. Okay, thank you very much. Essential oil. Yes.
Now all the participants are invited in the second room to have a B2B meetings. I have to express all the gratitude for coming today here and being all day with us. And just to inform you that two companies have already started their visits directly in the factory. One Greek company for fur production just left to visit our company in the city near Bitola, Resen, and the other company from Cyprus for cheese production will have tomorrow visit to a dairy factory here in Bitola. So I'm encouraging you to go to the other room, see the list, and meet your companies that you would like to work on further. Thank you again.